I'm a single mom, not a single parent, if that makes sense. It's kind of like an in-between. Hey y'all, it's your girl Jasmine Nay. We are back with another video. Today is kind of short and sweet and to the point. I am talking about being a single mom, how I even became a single mom, how I even had a baby, period, okay? Some of y'all may or may not know that I have a baby. She's taking a nap now, so I just decided to talk to y'all really quickly. But yes, I do. I have a baby. Her name is Anna Corinne. Spelling is going to go in here. Well, I'll just start from the beginning on how I even got pregnant, which I wasn't supposed to be able to have kids. I had about maybe 2 or 3 doctors tell me, yeah, Jazz, that's a wrap. You can cancel that. Due to my hormones, I had been on birth control, the shot, specifically Depo-Provera, since I was 14, 15. And the thing about the Depo shot is you're only supposed to be able to stay on it for 2 years, which I was. I stayed in that time frame. But the thing about Depo is the side effects are important. You know, bone deterioration. Of course, we all know about the weight gain, that kind of thing. So Depo wasn't really hitting for me, and I was on it at 14, and I was still going through puberty. So that kind of messed things up. After Depo, I got on the pill. There was a time when I wanted to get off of the pill. And I did. And yeah, they were like, your hormones are just out of whack. I wasn't having a regular period. I wasn't, actually I wasn't really having a period at all. I mean, there was a period of time for like maybe 2 and some change years where I would spot every now and again, but no period. Like what? Like an actual full-blown period? Cancel. So that was that. I wasn't supposed to be able to have kids. And I got that news, at about 17, 18. And I turned around and got pregnant at 20. That just was God's plan. Honestly, if I hadn't had a baby, y'all, yeah, it was good that I had my kid because it slowed me down a lot. Having a baby definitely does sit you down. So yeah, that I didn't think that I was going to be able to have children. Long story short, fast forward a little bit. I remember the week or a week and some change before I got pregnant, I had what they call a breakthrough cycle, which is just really heavy bleeding. Literally, during the time that I had the breakthrough cycle, I was homeless, and that's a story for another day, but I was homeless and I was living in one of my best friend's backyard. When I tell you, in a camper no less, y'all, story for another day, but when I tell you, bleeding through all my clothes in the hot Mississippi heat, upset, okay? Upset. Had the breakthrough cycle, and I want to say, like I said, a week or some change later, I had sex, and then I found out that I was pregnant. And when I say I was in shock, like, excuse me, shock. What happened with that was, of course, like I said, I had sex, that was fine. And then I began to experience extreme cramping, like horrible cramps, couldn't eat, couldn't smoke, couldn't do anything, like just double over. I mean, I was able to keep water down, but I was in pain. And to the point where I'm like, well, damn, like, is this an infection? What's going on? So I finally make it to get to the emergency room, and I'm telling, because I am, if you know me, you know, I'm getting on the motherfucking problem. WebMD, Google, this is my symptoms. I'm diagnosing myself. Nah, fuck that shit. I'm walking into the doctor and I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with me. And then you can let me know whether or not I'm right or wrong, or, that kind of situation. So I walk in, I tell the doctor I'm having extreme cramps. I believe I have a UTI, which I did. And that was that. So, we take the pee sample, and the doctor, he came in to talk to me, and he was telling me, okay, we're about to get prepared to, do a cervical exam, just routine, because the pee sample had not come back yet, y'all. All right, cool, no problem. You suspect that I have a UTI? Okay. Man, this man walks out of the room. I wasn't alert. I wasn't, I'm thinking shit is sweet, y'all. This man walks out of the room. He comes back in about 5 minutes later, and he closes the door and puts his hands like this, but hits one of these stunts against the door. I'm like, man, this man finna tell me I got fucking cancer. He finna tell me I'm dying. Something's wrong. I just did not know what the fuck. Like, I just didn't know. I just was everything but pregnancy was going through my mind. I'm thinking, you could have told me anything. You could have told me that aliens had zipped me up into a new body. You could have said anything. But pregnant? Oh, baby, fuck no. So the man was like, yeah, so you do have a UTI. Okay, cool. And then he says, and you're also pregnant. Who? He like, you. Here's me, pregnant. He's like, yeah. To the point, y'all, I was so far in shock in the room. The man, like, puzzled. He was like, are you gonna keep it? Here's me. The motherfucker in there now, yeah. Literally, y'all, these are my words. And not that I don't love my baby or anything, and I'm just really a harsh individual, but I was in shock. Okay, so I'm pregnant, and the father of my child, I've been knowing him for a long time. We're not strangers at all, and that's something for another day. But that story. But yeah, we're not strangers. He actually was a person to take me to the doctor. But he was in the car. He just went and got in the car because the wait was long. We're not really thinking too much. Like, literally, pregnancy was just not the thing. So the man, when the doctor told me that I was pregnant, I was there by myself, and I had to make a decision. I had to decide right then in that moment what I was going to do. Was I going to abort the baby? Was I even going to tell him that I was pregnant? Was I going to try to raise the baby by myself? What was I going to do? I remember that I did not tell my mom. I did not tell my mom at all. What I ended up doing was I text all my friends, friend, I'm pregnant, what do I do? And 5 minutes from the doctor's office to the car, I had decided to tell him that I was pregnant. So I get in the car. He already knew. He was like, what's going on? I told him that I had the UTI. He was like, and I'm pregnant. And he just was like, I knew it. So I was pregnant, and that was that. Okay, so the pregnancy thing happened, and we had decided not to tell anybody. We didn't tell our moms. We didn't tell anybody. When I found out that I was pregnant, it was so early. I wasn't even 6 weeks. I just felt it. I'm that aware of my body. I felt it. So that happened. And then, yeah, that happened. I just can't even say anything else about that. That happened. I was definitely pregnant. I was definitely there. We were together. And he was cool with it. He was definitely cool with me being pregnant. He was fine. When I told him that I was pregnant, he was okay. He was, what the fuck going on? Okay, when I told him that I was pregnant, he was actually very, very happy. He was very happy. There was no qualms. Like I said, we weren't strangers. I've been knowing him for like 10 years. So we were not strangers. This was my high school sweetheart. This man took my virginity, everything. This is not a problem. The baby was not a problem at all. I just was in shock because I was told that I could not have children. But yeah, we didn't tell anybody. We just kind of kept it to ourselves. We lived our lives. We had our apartment, everything. Yeah, y'all, it was fine. Then things got a little sticky icky. So we ended up, him and I, getting into an argument, and I left. I called my mom, and within 2 hours, I left. There were also other problems, the relationship was just weird, and that's just for a different day. I promise I will make a video on that relationship. But I just got to the point where, you're pregnant. I just was hormonal. I could not keep anything down. And I just did not want nothing to do with him. I'm upset. Like, bitch, I can't eat. I don't give a fuck if you can eat. Fuck cleaning this house. Fuck that shit. Me, period. No. Don't touch me. Don't look at me wrong. Bitch, you need to be the fuck at work. Get out my face. All this shit. Mind you, I'm pregnant. I'm growing this baby. I'm in shock. And I was working. I was working like 60 hours a week. From home, no less, but I was working. We're not doing this. So things just went real left. And so I moved out and I moved into my mom's house. Okay. At that time, me moving into my mom's house, I mean, it was cool. It was great. But I just knew that I did not want to be there. I knew that I needed my own space. I've always been like that. I just need I've been on my own for a long time. So me coming back to my mama's house was like a punch. Like, oh, fuck this shit. No. I just wanted my own space where I felt I could be myself. My mom got a man. Like, this is my house, the house that I grew up in, my stepdad, my family. But now I'm pregnant and I'm about to start my own. So through all of that, I ended up, when I was 3 months pregnant, moving back to Mississippi because I had gotten pregnant in Michigan. I moved back and I was 3 months pregnant. My mom helped me because I had worked really, 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 really hard. I stayed with my mom for August, September, maybe like 2 months, if that. And then I got the fuck on. November, I was 3 months pregnant. November 15th to be exact, it was a Wednesday. I remember because I picked the day because Wednesdays are my favorite days. I just got the fuck on and I got my own apartment. It was a 2-bedroom townhome. It was very, very nice. Probably one of the best apartments that I've ever had. It was really nice, really inexpensive. I had a lot of space and I was still able to be pregnant and work from home. So my mom, she flew down with me and we moved in. I had my bed and everything sent, everything. I just moved in. So, and I did not, because of the difficulties that I was having with my baby daddy at the time, I did not tell him that I had moved yet. I told him maybe like 2 weeks after the fact, after I had gotten settled. Because honestly, y'all, I just really didn't want no drama. I'm just not the type of person. I don't want no drama, none of that. You can skip it. So when I finally told him, I mean, it was nothing he could do about it. I'm here now. What prompted me to move was that the man came out his mouth to say, if you move, I'm not going to be a father to this child. I know you like to move, da da da. You know, he put it to me like he felt like he could not be a father to his child if I did not stay in Michigan so that he could get his life together or whatever the case may be. Me? Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck if my baby is in Timbuktu. I don't give a fuck. A mom is a mom is a mom. Period. A dad is a dad is a dad. So I moved. Fuck that shit. Okay, fine. But I will not, never have, never will live my life based off of someone else. I'm just not doing it. I'm sorry. So I got the fuck on. Anyways, y'all, tell him that I had moved. Nothing he could do. He's pissed. My whole pregnancy, this was my phrase. I'm growing hands and feet right now. I can't deal with this. I couldn't. I had not one, but 2 jobs while I was pregnant, working from home, making sure my baby had all her shit, period. And that just was that. So I really much was a single mom before the baby even got here. Now, is he a bad father? No, not at all. So yeah, I got the fuck on, moved my bum on apartment, work. I got pregnant. Anna was due May 9th. I actually delivered her March 4th. So she came 10 weeks early. So the story behind that, I was at home and I was on the phone with my baby daddy. And the last thing that I remember is going downstairs for some nasty shit, pasta salad and cookie dough ice cream. The vibes were very much so pregnant. Did that, you guys, and I guess I passed out on the phone. I don't know. I woke up the next morning to a cop beating on my fucking door, like beating my door in. And, you know, I'm like, what's going on? And the guy was like, do you know such and such? And I'm like, yeah, I know him. That's the father of my child. He's like, well, he sent us to do a wellness check. So I'm like looking for my phone, trying to call my mom. Like, I'm confused. It's my off day. I just woke up. I'm just like, why are y'all bothering me? So finally, hit the stunt, get on the phone with my mom. I'm in the bathroom. I got the phone. I'm in the bathroom, and I realized that I can't remember how to pee. So I turn on the knob, and I'm like, okay, if I do this, if I turn on, listen, this was my reasoning. If I turn the water on, that's going to trigger my brain to say, hey, my brain and my body, I just wanted my body I just wanted everything to match up. I can't even explain this to y'all, but I did. I felt like if I turn on the water, it would trigger my body to pee, but that did not happen. And I'm on the phone with my mom, and she come out her mouth to say, Jasmine, when is the baby due? I hit this stunt, y'all. I said, I'm pregnant? Y'all, did not know I was pregnant. My mama said, oh no, you need to go to the hospital. You can't drive. Go now. So I call a taxi, and I go to the hospital. When I get into the hospital, mind you, the whole time, I don't even know what's going on. So I just walk in, and I'm like, hey, so my mom told me to come here. Apparently something's wrong. And I'm 7 months pregnant, apparently. That is when they start going into overdrive. That is when they were like, okay, da-da-da-da. So it didn't take no time for me to go to the back, get in the back. The lady had asked me, she asked me to pee, but I could not. So they had to cath me, which is a catheter. And if you don't know what a catheter is, basically they take a tube and they stick it in your urinary tract, like up your vagina, that little pee-pee hole that females pee out of. They stick the tube in there to get the piss. Not convenient. I'll just put it like that. So they did that. She took my blood pressure 5 times, no less. She took my blood pressure 5 times, and I thought the nurse was gonna drop dead. When she took the blood pressure, that's when I knew something was wrong, because she could not believe her eyes. So after she took my blood pressure, she pretty much basically runs out of the room. And I'm on the phone with my mom like this, trying to check in and let her know that I'm here. So I'm hitting this stunt. And then the doctor comes in and says to me, he says, so you're about to die. We have to take your baby within the hour, or you both will die. Okay. And that's just what I remember. But pretty much when I went into surgery, my blood pressure was 224/112. My kidneys was failing, and my brain was swollen, which is what caused me to have the seizure to pass out on the phone in the first place. So I had a C-section, no joke. And I'll insert, I think I have some pictures of the C-section and like Anna when she was first born, that kind of thing. So I don't know if y'all sensitive or squirmish. If you are, you should fast forward. But yeah, C-section, 12 staples, no joke. I mean, no joke. But my baby was born. She was healthy. I woke up at 10 o'clock at night in a room. She was 5 hours old, and they had waited for me to wake up, and they let me see my baby. I took 3 pictures of her, and she had to go to a hospital that was 2.5 hours away, and I had to stay where I was. Okay, so fast forward a little bit. I was in the hospital for a week. I finally made it out the hospital, and I went to where my baby was. When I finally got out the hospital after the week, and I went to where my baby was, she was in a hospital in Mississippi, the Children's Hospital in Jackson. So that's where I had my baby. I had my baby in Mississippi. And I lived in a small town that didn't have a NICU. So the bigger city did. So she had to go there, and she was there for a month. My mom came to me the next day, and her dad went to her. So he, like I said, he very much so, I will give him his props. He very much so handled the business, because if it was not for him, I wouldn't have felt comfortable. I would not have felt comfortable at all. I would not have felt comfortable being away from my baby or where I was. Like, I think that would have made the situation or everything I was going through like 10 times worse, because I couldn't get to my child. And I didn't have, a parent or someone that I trusted there. Granted, the nurses, they were very nice, but, . Okay. So, yeah, that happened. And then a month later, my baby come home. All right. And it was great. I didn't have any qualms, no problems. Everything was fine. I mean, she was born. She had a heart murmur when she was born, which is just a small hole, and we're all born with it. But you know, it's eventually supposed to. If the hole is like this, it's supposed to close. And hers did. It did close. But she had a heart murmur when she was born. She was 2 pounds 12 ounces, and that was it. And jaundice a little bit, but every baby sometimes is. Okay, so that was how the baby got here and all of that. And then, so now my baby's here and I'm officially a mom. And now I don't know, at this point, the real stuff begins. Co-parenting. Co-parenting. I will not lie to you guys and say that in the beginning, I was not the best co-parent. I was not considerate of my baby daddy's feelings at all. I had a whole nother fiance. I had moved on. And the guy who was my fiance, we were pretty much, everything was cool, but I had moved on. I hadn't gotten, by the time I had my baby, I was in another relationship, period. And I did not consider how my baby daddy would feel. But I pretty much felt like it was irrelevant. Like, we was never married. Like, but you have to think that men don't like other men around their children, let alone their female children. So that resulted in a custody battle, which I won. But Anna was 2 months old when her father decided to take me to court and file for custody of her. During that time, his accusations were that I was being abused physically, mentally, in every way. No, I wasn't. That I was pretty much, you know, y'all, everything that could be said. I'm a lackluster mother. I don't deserve to have my child. I move around. Like, if you know me, you know I lived a couple different places. But I was fucking a teenager, 20. Who doesn't want to rip and run when they're 20? But when I had that baby, when they told me I was pregnant, sat down. And the thing about that was, a lot of it was based off the person that I was with. You know, me being beat or that kind of thing. And, you know, we got to court. And when we got to court, like I had, y'all, and to be honest, it was so crazy because he served me a week before the court date. So I got a lawyer in that time, though. And when I got to court, it was just me and my lawyer. And this man had him, his mama, and his sister there, and a lawyer. Like, and they all testified against me. Not the lawyer, but everybody else. They all testified against me. And that was, man, that was a slap in the face. It really was. And it was true betrayal, because I felt like, you know, anything that we are going through or will go through should be between us. I wasn't even about to put him on child support. He's on child support now that he doesn't pay. But I wasn't doing that. That wasn't me. I'm just not that. I am the type of person, hey, I'm not going to put you on child support. We don't need to involve all these. No, we don't need to do that. We need to get it together ourselves as adults for our child. Understand me now? So it was like, hey, you don't have to be on child support. Whenever I ask you for something, I just need you to be able to up it. And if you want a receipt, or if you want to just pay me personally for an amount that we've agreed upon that works for you, and you want receipts, I will give those to you, no problem. But I guess that wasn't enough for him. I don't know if emotions got involved or what it was. You know, we had been together for almost 10 years, on and off, but still. So I don't know what happened. But yeah, we had that custody battle and I won. Simple as that. I have sole, physical, and permanent custody of Anna. And he pays child support. But well, he doesn't pay. He's supposed to, but he doesn't. But that's that. And still, not to discredit him, because he did just have his baby for months. And the thing about it is, I'm not a parent who is into the money, because I get my own money. I get money. So, and do I want your child support money? Hell yeah. Who doesn't want more? But what's more important, that money or saying that my baby has a parent and a bond with her father? So, I mean, that's why I say a single mom. I'm a single mom, but not a single parent, but you guys decide. I don't know. Majority of Anna's life, well, by now we're probably 50-50 about caretaking her and having her in our care. But prior to him getting his daughter, he had only seen her maybe 2 weeks out of her entire life, maybe a month. Before she was like 1.5 by the time he actually like got her and kept her for a while, and she just came back home. So that's kind of how I became a single mom. I know that was kind of all over the place. And if you guys have questions, you can just put it in the comments, and I'll either answer them there or I'll just make a whole nother video if there are a lot, because I know this video is long. But that is how I became a single mom. So y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you invite some more friends to the Cookout family. We're here, we're live, we're direct. Like I said, nothing is stopping nothing. Not these babies, not Corona, not these men's, not these women's, not these baby daddies, nothing. Not the baby mamas either, because y'all be bitter. Nothing is stopping nothing. We're going to continue to live our lives. Come to the Cookout, come sit down with me. We're going to do more Red Couch talks. So let me know what you guys want to talk about, what you want to hear me talk about. Let me know if you even like story time, or if you want more stories. Y'all, I could write a book, okay? So let me know. Like, my life is crazy. Has been and probably will continue to be. I've been in a lot of situations. So yeah, just hit me up, you guys. Let me know what you want to see. I'll be here. Till next time.
Take one.
Bitches be having me so fucked up.